There is with us, Group Chairman at Inditrade Capital. He's joining us now. Sudip, good to have you with us here. Thanks very much for your time. Any thoughts on Federal Bank? As they say, चाहने वाले बहुत हैं. The stock is not. It's kept waiting, people waiting, and not done very much. But seems to be in a bit of a clean run now for the last many quarters.
Absolutely, you are 100% right. In fact, I have been liking Federal Bank for quite some time. I think they have a very stable management, mature management, and they have been taking all the right kind of steps. Unfortunately, this share price was stuck in that range, and it was struggling to reach that 120 levels. It has finally broken out. Leaving aside the share price movement, I think fundamentally they are also doing a lot of things right. I think, we always used to wonder in a state like Kerala where they have a strong presence, why aren't they aggressively pursuing gold loans? Now, I think pretty much all the banks there are pursuing gold loans, and that is getting reflected in the results. Deposit mobilization has been a focus area, and advances also have been growing. Asset quality has improved consistently. There may be a little bit of pressure on quarter-on-quarter basis as far as this quarter is concerned on the margin front, but otherwise the numbers which they already have reported were pretty impressive. So yes, somebody looking at a one of the not the top tier banks, but the slightly level below that, I think Federal Bank definitely is a good bank to hold for 1 year kind of a period.
Do you look at Blue Star, Sudip? Is Blue Star a company that you track?
I do track Blue Star. And
it comes out with numbers later today, and the worry is that maybe Q1 is not going to be so strong for these AC cooler kind of companies, given the way the unseasonal rains have played out in Delhi. Delhi today has recorded the lowest temperature in May in more than 40 years. Do you think growth is going to get hampered a bit?
Well, I don't think so, Rima. I think, there may be one-off rains here and there, but by and large, India is actually pretty warm now, and people are looking at buying. Consumption is increasing. I mean, there has been growth in rural consumption as well, and our channel checks say that consumption is back, not the way one would have expected, but it's definitely, there is a growth. And we expect Q1 to be definitely better than what Q4 was as far as Blue Star is concerned. So we will watch the commentary of the management as far as demand is concerned, definitely.
All right. Hi, Sudip. Sudip, it's a raging market. Today it's looking really, really good. And this is sniffing out some big short covering that's playing out. But one stock that's not participating on the back of its numbers is Petronet LNG. It's practically at the low point of the day with a cut-off around 4.5%. You track that one?
I do. Unfortunately, I think that entire space has been under pressure, and there are multiple reasons. And I think it's best that space is avoided for a long-term investor for the time being. There are too many pulls and pressures in that particular space, and I think it's best avoided at this stage. If somebody has to play this entire space, it's better to go to the oil, hardcore oil companies like an ONGC. And I think there is room for valuation improvement in a company like ONGC. It's better to avoid Petronet LNG and the other gas transmission companies at this stage.
Okay, all right, Sudip, stay with us. There's 9 minutes to go for market closing. We are up 160 points on the Nifty, and we're up on the Bank Nifty, almost 1%. That's 400 points. We'll take a break here. More market talk on the other side. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Well, we are down to the last 5 odd minutes of what has been a pretty solid day for the bulls. Still in conversation with Sudip Bandyopadhyay. Sudip, we were just discussing this whole flurry of consumer numbers that have come through. We all know that you've really liked Titan in the past. Give us maybe another name. I mean, anything else that really stands out for you? Tomorrow we'll have more numbers in the form of Marico, Britannia. Dabur was a disappointment clearly today. But your thoughts? Anything beyond Titan that you're liking here?
I'm not sure, Surya, whether Dabur was a disappointment, because I think the numbers included the consolidation of this Badshah, and on account of that, a lot of amortization hit they took. So yes, it was the profit. It did look bad, but it had to do with this one-time hit which they had taken.
But also margins on Dabur. I mean, I use that adjective because of the fact that they've missed on the margins, and the margins have come down very significantly in the last 1 year.
I'm just coming there. I think what I'm hoping is that, going forward, there is an expectation of significant rural demand pickup. And, Dabur gets about 50% of its sales from rural India. They are real rural. I think they're the most rural of all the large FMCG companies. Of course, in terms of turnover, HUL gets more. But if there is an expectation of rural demand recovery, I think we should take this opportunity and look at Dabur very, very seriously. That's point number one. Point number two, as far as other consumption names, I think I did like Bajaj consumer numbers. I think it was disappointing in the market for a very, very long time. I think finally they are getting their act together, and it's definitely worthwhile looking, considering the valuation multiples are really attractive vis-a-vis the peers.
Okay, all right. Sudip, by the way, I just want to highlight, if you had the Nifty Bank up on the screen, the Bank Nifty is now 1% away from a new all-time high. Out of the indices, if the momentum continues, the first of the indices to get to a new high would be the Nifty Bank. The levels on this one are the all-time high was 44,141, almost 44,152, and we are about just under 1%, actually around 1% away from a new high on that one. So incredible. Of course, the Nifty also is now 3% maybe, a little less than that from a new high. So it just needs a day or two like today and you're there. Adani Enterprises, by the way, the numbers are at the bottom of the screen, and margins are 11.4. You got consolidated net profit at 722 crores compared to 304 crores. Across the board, the reported numbers from the group have been generally pretty good. On a year-on-year basis, growth rates have been 20% plus, 30% plus in some cases. For some of the group companies, Adani Enterprises is spiking. It's up about 5% or so on this one. Sudip, out of this pack, the one name which not most, but the maximum people own is Adani Ports. Apart from Adani Ports, do you have a view on any of the Adani businesses?
I do. In fact, I have been bullish on Adani Wilmar, and the results were not that good. I think they did show a dip in a lot of these indicators and parameters. But considering the way they have been going about their business, considering the way the market is poised, I'm talking about the market for Adani Wilmar and the opportunity it is looking at. I think that's one stock which I think from an investor's point of view, it's worthwhile looking at. Whatever happens to the Adani group and its, the confusion with the Hindenburg and all that has got nothing to do with the fundamentals of Adani Wilmar and its business potential. So I would strongly recommend investors to look at Adani Wilmar for a long-term buy.
Okay, Wilmar is something which Sudip likes. Sudip, good to have you with us here. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it, as always, here on CNBC-TV18. Now, let me just quickly start